Hi there, I'm Jodi McDonald. You may recognize me from the phenomenal new movie, Try It on Everything. I'm the woman who was healed of fibromyalgia. So many people have been curious about my journey, how it started, and how I'm doing today. So I'm here today to share with you my story. 1 year ago, I was a mess. I had been diagnosed with fibromyalgia for over 15 years. I was not in a good place at all. It seemed like most of my days were spent in a fog, in a daze. There had been times in the past when I could go for walks, sometimes 5 days a week, 45 minutes at a time. But that was no longer possible. Now, if I went outside and attempted to go for a walk, by the time I got home, I was in so much pain that I would spend the next few days crawling from room to room, just trying to do my best to get around. Most of my time was now spent either sitting on a couch or in a chair. I tried to type because that was my pastime, my favorite thing to do. But even that was becoming more and more difficult now. Being a writer, it's very hard when you can't communicate, and especially when you can't use your wrists any longer. So that was a problem for me, and I was becoming rapidly more and more depressed. I could no longer sleep through an entire night. Generally, I woke up 15 to 20 times every single night. I couldn't even imagine, remember what it felt like to go through a whole night without even waking up once. I was in a lot of pain, and it seemed like most days I had either a wrist or an ankle or a foot, some kind of a brace, something to help me just endure the pain. I took every type of fibromyalgia medication prescribed. Now, they sometimes helped, but they certainly didn't get rid of it. As soon as I stopped taking them, the pain would come back. I took over-the-counter pain medications and sleep medications, and I took prescribed medications. And when things got really bad, oh yes, I had to resort to those horrendous steroid shots. None of us like those, and if you've ever had them, you know why I'm saying that. My memory had begun to fade, and it was just difficult to just get through a day without being in a fog, and it was so hard to focus, to just stay focused on something. I spent so much time just trying to recover and to move from one event to the other. And, on top of all this, when you go from doctor to doctor, and the best they can offer you is medications and stretches and steroid shots, well, you sort of give up hope. And I had really come to that time in my life when I felt like there just simply wasn't anything else for me to do. But you know what? One day I heard about this thing called EFT, Emotional Freedom Techniques. Like everyone else, I was really skeptical when I first heard about it. I mean, how can tapping on different points in your body while just talking about it make it go away? It seemed rather odd to me, and let's face it, it looks kind of silly. But you know what? I'm a real curious person, and I thought, why not give it a try? Imagine my surprise when, after only one session of EFT, fibromyalgia was out of my life forever. That very day, I went for walks, I went upstairs, I climbed steep hillsides, and I actually slept soundly for the first time in 15 years. A week later, I was back at my house, and I typed an entire book without even noticing my wrist, without even remembering how impossible that would have been just a month ago. But there I was, doing all those things again that I thought I could never do. It's not uncommon now to see me out on the road, going for a 45-minute walk, riding my bicycle, dancing around the streets, dancing in my house, playing with my grandchildren, and typing. I can now type all the time, no pain, no pain. Can you imagine that? Well, if you're suffering from chronic pain, or if you're suffering from fibromyalgia, You're probably finding this extremely hard to believe. I don't blame you. But you know what? What would it hurt? Why not just try it? I try it on everything, literally, every day. EFT is now such a part of my life, I can't even remember the time when I didn't use it. If you're studying the works of Dr. Bruce Lipton or Dawson Church, then you're very familiar with why EFT would work. We're going to learn and understand more and more about EFT in the upcoming years, and you're going to be hearing a great deal more about why this works when other methods will fail. Why not join me? Why not give it a try? EFT, emotional freedom techniques, could be the very thing that you've been waiting for. Why not see if it works for you too? I can tell you this. Every day I wake up now, and I am so enormously grateful that I had the opportunity to regain my life. I can sleep through the nights again. I never wake up now, and I use no sleeping medications whatsoever. And you know what? I'm living in the house of my dreams. Only a year ago, I was told by my doctor that I should not even think about building a two-story home ever again. It would be too difficult for me to go up and down stairs all day. I had this home in my head, this gorgeous Tuscany two-story home, and I always wanted to do this. This was on my list, and guess what? I'm living in that home right now. I go up and down stairs all day long without one twinge of pain. Is it possible for this to work for you too? Why not see? What's it going to hurt to give it a try? I would be more than happy to share with you all the stories and all the events of my day. You can follow me at my website, www.godisaverb.com. Read my blog, and you'll always be seeing that yes, EFT does work. Yes, EFT did change my life. And yes, the movie Try It On Everything has impacted my life in more ways than you can ever know. I'm eternally grateful to the staff and the people that put together this phenomenal movie. Why not try it? Why not go to their website and learn more about EFT right now? You'll be so glad you did. You know what? All that's left for me to ask you is this one question. What have you got to lose?